Hello, the stream should be up. Hopefully, Wi-Fi holds up. Doubt it will, but we will see. We'll see if the Wi-Fi will hold up. It's a couple of minutes till we go. Has been some lobby problems. This race wasn't supposed to happen, but it's happening now. So, well, we'll see it. We'll see how it goes. I've set the stream to 720p if Mick's watching, so hopefully it's not like watching it through a bag of rice. My other commentator has bailed on, so it's just going to be me. As it looks like we are getting ready to go for the final race of this weekend. During the lobby, there has been some technical issues. Game, there's been a lot of the cross-platform people. So at last this happened, but got called back on quite late on into Tier 2's race, which was cancelled. But we kept on racing anyway. So we take a look at the pit lane mall. This race is a sprint race, so it'll be short qualifying, then 11 laps around the Imola track, and then 32 to follow that. So it will be interesting. A couple of people that we haven't seen people that we haven't seen race this season will be likes of DRS Russell. He is back. Switched though from the Red Bull Academy over to the Ferrari Academy. But it seems that we have 20 drivers, which is a rare occurrence for this league. Normally we only have about 16, 17. As I get everything just set up. So who will be the first one out? So just a little rundown. In the Alpine today we have F1 Jacob and No Name, because the game's glitched. And the Ferrari we have DRS Russell and Callum. With, I believe, Swinners. Ace of Race Pace is in the Williams with McKeel. Lewis joins the Haas with Henry. Is in the McLaren with the no-name McLaren. Blaze is in Mercedes with Zaki Man. And the Red Bull is combined of One Ball Paul and Coded Ghost Jr. But it seems like it will be one of the Aston Martins that will set the first lap. I believe it is the No Name. So I won't be able to tell you who this is, because it's the game. Hence why they shouldn't be trusted to make games. And we've just got to live with it for a year. It should be an interesting race today. Hopefully not many safety cars. And in the cancelled Tier 3 race that still went on, there was 2 safety cars, so hopefully something we don't see. Stream is just a bit grainy, but that's top Wi-Fi for you. You can't do much about it. So I do apologise in advance for any streaming problems. It's not really my fault. It's called a place that only got 3G about a week ago, and that's something that's been out for quite a lot of years. So it might be a bit grainy at points, but it should fix itself after a few seconds. So do apologise in advance, as the Aston Martin is coming to That's sector 1, and I believe it's a Mercedes round on his lap, I believe. And it's going to be a 24.259, which I believe still purple, because the McLaren as well goes past and it doesn't change. Just taking lots of the curb there up this hill here. Just try not to, if you take too much curb here, you could end up in a wall, and he does that perfectly. Comes to the second sector, and it's a 50.140. He's currently on. Down into the second last corner. Just not taking too much of that first curb, as he's on the straight. And what's it going to be? Be 115.426 for the Aston Martin that we do not know the name of. If you just let me have a little look to see who that is. It is, let me just get lineups up, so I should be able to tell you who these no-name folk are. As WSK Flame goes a 116.7 and Callum goes a 119.308. His teammate goes 3 seconds quicker, so Callum must have a bit of a spin. As next come to line is the Alfa Romeo of Mano, who is reserving from the Ferrari team. And now we have a couple of people come to the line now. SD Plays set at 153. He's probably going to get him but P3 in Tier 4. Henry jumps up to P6. And we'll just go on board with One Ball Paul, who is now on his lap, as I get the lineups of these no-name people up. So that no-name person should be for the Aston Martin, should be KPR Turbo Man. But no, as we come to Paul, and it's a purple sector 1 for Paul. He's taking it really well. Just making sure that he's not ending up in a wall. As I believe it's the no-name of the Alpine who's just gone a 115.957. As Paul goes up sector 2. It's 2 purple for him. Can he get that pole position? Paul line here quite well on the exit. Does he have the pace to get it over the line? And it's not going to be a purple sector 3, only gets him P7. Be a bit disappointed with that, just losing out after DRS Russell. His first lap coming back, and he goes into the pits. That's been a bit of a problem. As we have Sir with Face has jumped up to P3 while I wasn't noticing. A 116.394 for him. Should be happy with that. Looks like he's going for maybe a second lap here. No, he's invalidated there. Took it too much. Let's not set one. Ace of Race Pace is a 131 and invalidated. The no-name McLaren is on a 1... Oh no, I thought I was about to say a 140 in Sector 1. 24.709. It's not purple. But it'll be good for his first lap. McKeel, I don't think's actually left the pits. But no, there's still 4 drivers to set a lap at this track. As we watch, the no-name McLaren has a bit of a wobble there. Manages to recover well. Hopefully it's not too much time lost behind people normally at that Sector 2 line. Seems like he's just maybe backed off a bit from this lap. Trying to conserve that ERS for the next lap. As he comes to the line, and it'll be a 117.3, sets him P. As Callum comes out and he's out lap a lot slower than we're used to seeing him, a 119.308. He's got a lot to earn up, because I believe it was a bit of a wobble he had. So he should climb up the leaderboard. Apart from that, P1 to 11 is in the pits. as P12 is 3 lengths down, and the Haas of the Henry, the Henry of the Haas has had a bit of a spin. No, Cal lap, and DRS Russell is on his out lap. Can he set his first lap on his return this season? So as we watch Russell, he's on a 155 right now, but he's not used any of his ERS, so he's looking like he's going to absolutely gun it down here, down the straight. He's got the ERS open and the DRS open, as he looks like he's setting a lap now. And to the first corner. Takes the curb well, not too much of it, but not too least of it. The first time we have seen him race this season, and it's not a purple sector one. It's a bit slower than what the top 10 normally do the first sector in, but it's not a poor performance. He can get through sector 2 and sector 3. As he has a bit of a spin, too much of the curb. And that's him down and out for that lap. As Callum is on the lap, he's 3 seconds down. No, 3 seconds up, sorry, on his lap. So it's looking like it'll be a 1:16.2 for him if he can keep that up. Just takes a bit too much of the... Lost a bit too much time. And it's going to be a 1:16.069, 3.2 seconds better than his lap. And he puts on P3. And I believe it's a Red Bull round. Is it Paul? No, it's not Paul. It's the Red Bull have coded. It goes. The Aston Martin now was 4/10 his. He goes into the pit. Still a 1:15.426 is the best lap. WSK Flame P2. And WSK Flame's just run into the back of his teammate. Mano, he's just ran into the back of Mano, and that is a 5-place grid penalty to... Is it Mano? No, it's WSK Flame there. WSK Flame will not be happy there, neither will Mano. Mano on his outlap, but WSK Flame wasn't on his outlap. That will be investigated by the FIA. A bit of an odd incident there. And I believe that is the Ferrari of DRS Russell round. Yep, he's just kind of... It looks like he's beached. So you'll need to reset to track, and he does. Still quite a slow lap from him as he's low on fuel. McKeel's still to set a lap, and so is Ace of Race Pace. The two Williams are leaving this late. But I think McKeel might have been kicked. So if you just let me invite him, and we'll get back to the coverage. If I... Nope. That's fine. We'll get him invited. Turns out I can't invite him, so I'll need to be toast. Toast will need to invite him back, but no, it's the two Williams. You know what, coming into the pit lane, and there's one first P1 to P7 all in the pits. They're going to wait until it's with 5 left. Swinners is on a lap. He's 2 seconds up on his previous time. That will take him to P6, P7. But he is on low fuel. and he's got not much ERS left. Takes the cut well, not as much as other people have, but he gets a good exit. Up into the hill. He's 2.5 seconds down. Mano is invalidated as Henry goes P10, 8/10 quicker than his previous time. And that's him into the wall. I think, I saw a Haas into a wall, but I don't know, is that, yeah, I think it is. It's just, I think he's ploughed the car into a wall by accident. It's fine, he's just done a Mick Schumacher, nothing normal, nothing new. Have Zaki Man on a lap, 1.5 seconds coming into the second last corner. Take much of the curb there, just trying to not invalidate. He has set a 117 as it comes into the pit, so it looks like he's going to get the fresh slow once more. Some drivers might be in game though, because there is a sprint race to come. They might just be looking to get mid-table and work their way up in the sprint. So we have F1 Jacob now on a lap. He's not got much and he's got plenty of fuel. There's only 4 cars out. 2 on an out lap and 2 on a lap, I believe. Haas driving round, but I think you find that's just Henry. The F1 Jacob just coming in to that corner in sector 2, coming to the hill. Just keeping it nice and safe. Nice, safe and tight. As it comes to the sector 2 line, and it's 3.5 seconds down on his time. But now we have Lewis coming out as everyone comes out. One Ball Paul's out, WSK Flames out, Jose Feliz is out, Callum is out, Coded Ghost is out, ST Plays is out, and so is DRS Russell, hoping to set a better lap than a 143. But, and oh, it looks like it is an Alfa Romeo round. Is it Mano? No, it's the Flame that's out. Looks like it might have been a collision with the Red Bull of One Ball Paul. But no, WSK Flame will not be happy. The best he can qualify is P5, and that's if he can snatch pull off the Aston Martin. But no one's got close yet. Paul looking to maybe close the gap or clinch off the Aston Martin. Only 2 minutes to go left in qualifying. The Alpine coming out of the pits there, nearly ruined it. Just take a decent concern. Good exit on that corner there. Definitely not playing it safe like we've seen. There's really extending those track limits. It's 900th of a second down on his lap. Will he back off or will he try and push? He keeps it very safe there. He must have been watching people spin there and thought, that's not going to be me, as McKeel joins back and he'll have 1.5 minutes to set a lap. He'll be starting his ace of race pace, finally comes out the pits, and he's 1.5 seconds down, so he's backing, Paul is backing off, and he's going to be setting another lap. People come to the line now. This will be the last lap that they're setting, as P1 is now setting his lap, maybe increase his time. A 1:15.426 is good. 4/10 clear up here, P2. But between P2 and P5, there's not much in it. Only 1.5 This is a yellow in sector 3, and the Aston Martin is purple in sector 1. To yellows in sector 1 as Paul, I think, spun it. I think that'll be it for Paul, but we got the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin was 100th of a second quicker, but hasn't validated. Will he get to the line in time to set another one? He will not, as people are finishing. P5 of Mr. No Name in the Alpine. We'll call him Bob. Bob in the Alpine is 1/10 up on the Sector 2 line. Bob is coming to the finish line, and he takes it really wide there and spins it. That's poor from the Alpine there. A big shame though, because it looked promising but took too much. He does a little burnout at the end, maybe not on purpose, maybe on purpose, who knows, as the Aston Martin goes into the pit. So it looks like he will keep P1 as Coded Ghost is 6 seconds down. It's 13 seconds down. SD Plays coming to the line now. SD Plays stays where he is in P16, I believe. Mikhail does not set a lap, and it'll stay like this, I believe. So in P1 is Mr. No Name with the Aston Martin. P2 is One Ball Paul in the Red Bull. He is Surwith facing Ferrari. P4 is the WS. P5 is Coded Ghosts Jr. and the Red Bull. P6 is Bob in the Alpine. Get the rest after this. So, we have Aston Martin in P1 of No Name, Paul in P2, Sir in P3, WSK Flame in the Alfa Romeo in P4, Cody Ghost Jr. in the Red Bull in P5, the Portuguese Alpine, of which I'm calling Bob, P6, Jose Feliz in P7, Callum in P8 of the AlphaTauri, the other Aston Martin sits in P9 of Procan, Swinners in P10, F1 Jacob in P11, the Belgian No Name of the McLaren in P12, Mano in the Alfa Romeo P13, Henry in P14, Lewis in P15, SD Plays in P16, his team Zach in P17, Pace and the Williams in P18, DRS Russell in P19, and Mikhail didn't set a lap due to lobby, and he'll start at the back of the grid in the sprint. So as I get a drink, we are getting ready to go for the sprint, as I've accidentally just chucked a can across the room. Oh, let's see what strategies we have on the formation lab. We'll do a quick rundown of the tyres. Everyone hopefully should be on the mediums. Hopefully no one has been stupid and taken the hards. So on the formation lap, as I get everything, everyone is on the mediums, thank God. Because in tier 3 some people went on the hards, and that was quite a big mistake for them. But no, it'll be interesting to see. We've got Mercedes quite far down, P16 and P17. The two Williams are only separated by DRS Russell. Not the quality he wanted in his first quality back for this season. F1 Jacob has joined, so he must have got kicked. Everyone warming up the tyres here. Again, I do apologise for any lagging in the stream. It's called TalkTalk. It's not a good Wi-Fi company. Very, very poor. And my area has got the Wi-Fi connect of 1940. No, I'm drinking Coke Zero, because that is the drink of choice. Other drinks can be chosen, but is not one of them. So we'll be coming to the line as... Okay, just got some news. As the Aston Martin making sure his tyres are red hot as he ends it just before coming to the grid. Maybe that was on purpose, just a bit of flamboyancy because he knows that I'm watching him. Maybe he just wanted to show off as he does a little bit of a spin. Coming to the line, he's looking for a more aggressive start and he gets it done. Perfect angle, and it looks like he's going for the aggressive over Paul, who just lines it up like normal. Sara as well goes for a bit more of an aggressive start. It's going to be interesting. We got 1 red light, 2 red light, 3, 4, 5 red, and away we go. But no one's left. No one's left the... What's happened here? Left the grid. Why? And apparently it's a safe car. What has happened here? Is everyone getting 5 penalties? What's happened to the cars deployed on the first lap? And that is strange, as the Mercedes SD Plays and Procan all get 5 seconds. The second lap just decided it's not having any of it and just didn't decide to go. Very, very strange there. For you. Games for you. You've seen it in FIFA, you've seen it across many games they've made. They don't work. But we're just having a bit of a rolling start here. Formation, this should only last maybe a lap because everyone should be caught up. I feel bad though for SD Plays, the McLaren and the Aston Martin. Hopefully they can get the penalties removed because I feel it's a bit unfair. Yeah, they're all 5-second penalties, all collision penalties. I feel it is a bit unfair on them. Looking like it might be a restart. That left the session, whether it's on purpose, as Lewis confesses his love for toast in the chat. But yeah, Chaz, the game's broken. Game as the safety cars staying out, so it's going to be a 2-lap rolling start. Everyone make sure their tyres are warm. There's going to be no cold tyres for this start, so it's going to be a 9-lap sprint instead of 11. But we move as something's happened here. The McLaren is pitted, and so has Procan and SD Plays. There must have been some kind of collision that broke their wing. Oh no, they're serving their penalties and they're changing the front wing and the tyres. The McLaren goes on to the softs and SD Plays on the mediums and Procan on the mediums. As we move up to P1. And as we wait for this safety car to end, this glitch safety car, I just do want to apologise for the stream quality. It might be a bit up and down. It should be 720p, but it might be a bit up or down, and that's just due to Talk being weird. So I do apologise if any video display problems do occur, but things happen. Safety cars coming over. It might stay out another lap, and we'll have an 8-lap sprint because of Procan, SD Plays and the McLaren. They're all pitted. Because can they catch up in time? Anyway. No, the safety car does stay out this lap as everyone joining up, so it will be an 8-lap sprint. As on my screen, a car has just gone flying into a wall, but I think that was a visual glitch. I'm going to change the bit rate, so please give me a minute. That helps with the pixels. Now that the bit rate has been lowered, hopefully it shouldn't be as pixelated of a stream. And we should be ready to race after this lap. And there is more talks of a red flag, but confirmed so far, as Shuey is confessing his night. Safety car is in this lap, so we will have an 8-lap sprint, and it'll be the Aston Martin setting the pace, though the McLaren SD plays and SD plays in the position that he started, but the McLaren 3 places down, Procan 8 places down. The Bob the Alpine with no name is down 12 places but disqualified. F1 Jacob is disqualified with 8 places, and McKeel's and didn't change position. But there's a couple people that are up positions as we are coming to the line, and the Aston Martin gets us started in the sprint race. Coming into that first corner, defending well from Paul, attacking behind, and is managing to extend on Paul. And oh, it's Sir with face that's round in a wall. The wall that was glitching so much in Tier 2 after hit it. It was going through the floor and everything. As Sir with pace, Sir with face, and Sir with many other things. Now in P14. Callum is up to P5 after overtaking the McLaren of Jose Fils. The two Red Bull are joined together in P3 and P4 as Paul drops down a couple of places to P4. WSK Flame as well now in P2, holding up the crowd for the Aston Martin to extend his lead. Now 2.2 seconds as there is a yellow, and it's a race pace round on that hill where it will probably claim many victims in the race, as we are coming on to lap 5 of the sprint, but only the second official lap, as the quickest lap will be a 1:18.5. But yeah, the Aston Martin team is really extending his lead, but Coded Ghost is absolutely churning that time down now that he's passed WSK Flame, as it looks like Paul is going to try and take WSK Flame's going to try and take Coded Ghost here, coming down in that little chicane there. I don't actually know the official name. And it looks like, oh, and the Red Bull's round, and WSK Flame gets that P2 back, as he's now 2.6 seconds behind P1, really holding back that crowd. Aston Martin shoots if he cannot spin. The Aston Martin just now can take it nice and easy, as starting to extend his races. Procan gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits, as he sits in P16. Not the start he wanted as Henry's round, and that sits out in P6. Up one of the races, race pace at the back. Coming to the line there. He's caught up 3/10 this lap to P1, as Callum is 3. Slowly closing in the gap as DRS is enabled. Paul closely behind Callum, and McLaren of Jose Fils 1.2 seconds behind Paul. So it's a game of first v second, fourth, because first is so far ahead, but Paul and should be able to catch up. So not the sprint many people wanted as we'll do a quick check of the positions. So, WSK Flames up 2 positions, but the person that's moved up the most is DRS Russell. Moved up 10 positions. Started in P19, is now up in P9. Is really up to Lewis. Can he hold this? Probably not, because that would be a bit dangerous. Low in tier, thinking, and that was a bit baffling. But no, he's starting to lose out to Lewis ahead. It's starting to catch up on Swinners as well. But no, Lewis is up 7 places faster to the Aston Martin of no name. SD plays up 5 positions, but the people that are down, the Sur's down 7 positions after that spin from P10. Coded Ghost Jr. is down 7 positions after that spin, and Procan's down 6 due to the formation lap, safety car, whatever you want to call it, AA mess up. As the McLaren, I forgot, is on the softs. Will those last? He's going to start maybe losing time to the mediums in the last few laps, as he's looking to try and get on the Red Bull here. As we go on board with them, just trying as the Red Bull's starting to extend, as McLaren's just not got much ERS left as he takes that corner a bit wide, and that's surely that little fight kind of ended for now. Not really any close battles. Jose Fils is within 6/10 of One Ball Paul in P4. Russell is right behind her as Cody Ghost Jr. gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And oh, Sir with facing the DRS Russell, nearly touching front wing to back wing there. The McLaren now, P13. He's on the soft, but he's not really gaining much time to Cody Ghost Jr. now. But he doesn't really need to. He's got behind him's Pro Can in 3 seconds. In front of him's Cody Ghost in 3 seconds. So he's guaranteed P12. And he's not going to fall down much more unless he has a bit of... DRS Russell still sitting in 10. Sir now closing the gap to the Haas of Lewis. Can he get anything done at this corner? It's going to be a bit, but he decides not to try go for it. Just trying to play it safe. SD plays there, just caught a bit of a wobble there on him, but he recovers well, and Cody Ghost Jr. cannot take the advantage there. Sir with pace now, 2/10 on the Haas of Lewis, as Lewis takes it wide, and that's going to help Sir, as it's 1.310, no, 100, 1 now, 6/10 and now 3/10. Should take him on the DRS straight, as there's a yellow in sector 2, and it's the Haas of Henry round. But back to Sir, he'll have the DRS, and so will DRS Russell and SD plays, and Cody Ghost Jr. It's a big DRS training, and so does Lewis, so does Swinners. Everyone's got DRS, bit of a train here going, but Sir gets the move on as I'm trying to flick through. But Sir with face to P8 as he's trying to way back up to P3, which he started this. It's a yellow in sector 1, and it's the Aston Martin of Pro Can round as he nearly falls to second last. As I believe that's Sir with face, and Lewis has had a bit of an accident there, as Sir moves down to P11 and Lewis moves down to P13. Zaki really capitalises on that, but I believe he's in AI mode. But no, I'm trying to fix the Wi-Fi, well, as the no-name Aston Martin fastest lap again. Procan makes up and back up to P13. Sour face down in P11. DRS Russell, what a comeback he's had from P9. Going to be a good start for him in the final race. Mano up in P4 now, behind his teammate, as I believe One Ball Paul's had a bit of a spin, and he keeps on doing burnouts just to please the fans. Sour face now up into 10th. DRS Russell into 7th. He's in the points now for the sprint race, as Ace of Race Pace gets a 3-second time penalty. plays looking comfortable, and so is Sorafine, close that by a second. He's that P. It's not going for him unless he can overtake SD plays. This is a yellow in sector 2 in pass of Lewis. And we're going to look at WSK Flame. He's closing in the gap to Callum, and it's quite close between them. 3/10 coming into that DRS. Callum will not have DRS, but WSK Flame will. WSK Flame only 50% ERS, but Callum's at 54, and he's burning it all as WSK Flame goes a bit wide, but he does have DRS. They're both burning their ERS while WSK Flame has DRS. Try and close the gap after going wide to try and stay in the DRS zone for next lap. As DRS Russell moves up to who? We don't know who the 3 seconds are to, but we'll just go with it. It's got no name, but it's fine. I have set the stream to 720p and it's currently 144p, so I do apologise. I'm trying to fix it, but there's only so much you can do. As it comes out the final lap, and it's the Aston Martin that's led from the start to the same to the final. But can he just keep? WSK Flame gets a 3-second time penalty, and that's helped Mano and Jose Fields behind him. And Mano will start in top 3 as long as he can avoid a collision. He has a bit of a wobble there, but still within 3 seconds to his teammate. So first, he ruins his teammate by giving him a 5-place grid pen, and now he's going to overtake him due to a time penalty. So the Ferrari Tier 3 driver will sit on P3 as the Aston Martin goes over the line. And it's P1 for Aston Martin, P2 for Callum, P3 for Mano, and P4 for Jose Fields. And that's your first 2 lines. Just have a little rundown of them as we just wait for the Haas of Lewis to come to the line. You go on board with him, just taking it at his own pace, nothing to lose. Crosses the line, and that's the sprint over. A very interesting sprint. A lot of glitches, a lot of cars going through the floor, but it held up. Not many disconnects. Final race as the driver of the day in the sprint as Russell. I kind of agree with it. Agree with the game there. Made a lot of places back up from P19 to P6. So the Aston Martin of no name is in P1 and wins the sprint. Callum in P2 of the AlphaTauri, P3 of Alfa Romeo, Maz in P4 and P5, P10 Red Bull, T11, P12 the Belgian no name of the McLaren, and P13 Procan, P14 the Haas of Lewis, and P15 Ace of Rapace and P16 Henry and P17 the 2 Alpine of the Portuguese no name, and F1 Jacob and P18 P19, and Michiel starts at the back of the grid and P20. It's going to be a tough race for him. So it's race time. Hopefully formation lap doesn't glitch. Hopefully no safety car first lap due to it. Hopefully clean, fun racing. It's what we all hope for. So as we just wait for people to pick these. As I'm having just a little look at thing. So 16 seconds to go till it begins. Just dealing with something in the Ferrari team. KPR Turbo Man is a bit fast, sir. You are correct. He's fast. No one can catch up as we are lining up for the formation lap. Let's have a little rundown of the tyres as I get everything set up. Thankfully, no one is going for the 3-stop. So, we have NP Turbo Man thinking he can go the distance on the hards and have a car laps to the mediums. Callum starting on the mediums, and so as P3, 4, 5 and 6. They should be hopefully trying to catch the Aston Martin, who is on the hards, a slower compound. SD phase on the hards, start going the opposite of his so they try and work up some few places in this race. P9, P10, P11, P12 and P13 all in the medium. The two Red Bull going the same strategy of the medium compound. Procan and Lewis is on the hards as they are going to try and make their way up to the points, and definitely for the latter stages of this race the quick compound tyres will be necessary for them. Ace of race pace on the mediums, hopefully trying to have a great grit and try and hold on to that. Henry and Bob of the Alpine on the hards, and F1 Jacob and Mikhail on the mediums. As Mano and Josie, I think, have a together disqualified. Not ideal. Mano and P water tyres don't take his laps. He's thankful that he's not on the hards, otherwise the first few corners will be difficult. As people come to the line now, Turbo Man is the no-name Aston Martin. So he's come to the line on the hard compound. He is going for that aggressive start again. And he doesn't get the position. And he will be behind. And that's P1, P5. All the only one getting the right. That'll be helping him. He's on the compound. And he's got a good grid position. As we go to the Aston Martin. It's 5 red lights. And away. Not again. It's happened again. As Mano gets a drive through, that surely is unfair as Callum gets the better start and is into P1. DRS Russell up to P4 as he will go up to P3 because of Helltaker's drive through. As Helltaker's trying to get the Aston Martin Turbo Man. This is a bit wobbly, and it's the Haas of the lowest round already. He's round into the gravel. Got with face down to P10, fighting WSK Flame, and then WSK Flame hits into the side from a bit of a driving incident there as he moves down to P12. Callum 1.1 seconds ahead as the yellow set to 2, and it is Procan round and Lewis slowly falling behind. Just broken and didn't let anyone after the 5 red lights went out, and that gave Mano a drive through, which is totally unfair as he drops down to P. Will he be looking at alternative strategies now? Will he be on a safe before pitting onto his next tyres, or will he try and ride the mediums out as long as he can? Will he serve it this lap? He doesn't. Callum sitting after 1 lap in P1. The Aston Martin closely falling behind. He's starting to close the gap onto the AlphaTauri. DRS Russell in P3. Jose Fields in P4. In P5 and Cody Ghost Jr. in P6. As let's have a little look at winners and losers of this lap if I can the right thing. There it is. So Callum's up P1 position. DRS Russell Paul is the biggest winner of the first lap, up 6 places. His teammates up 3 places. He's up 6 places as well. And name of the Alpine, which we are calling Bob, is up 5. As we look at penalties, Mano's still got that drive through as he's now reunited with his WSK Flame for the Ferrari Tier 3 driver not wanting the start that he wanted as he's reserving in this tier. Not the start he wanted with that drive through, and he'll definitely be blaming the game for that one. And so it's a yellow and set to 2 and 3, and it's who's round? Is it Ace of Race Pace is round and he's on the middle of the track. Be interesting to see. It looks like the Aston Martin's gamble hasn't paid off down that position, and it's not really gaining much time on Callum. Is it a virtual safety car? That's my question, because Turbo Man doesn't seem to be going too quick. I think it's a virtual safety car. So we have a little bit of a virtual here as Ace of Race Pace was stuck mid-track, And that's it, gone enabled. He can start a claw back with Callum. It's now 2 seconds though, as Cody Ghost Jr. makes the place up to P6. Familiar sight from last season, seeing DRS Russell up so high. WSK Flame has had a bit of a spin, I believe, and so is Henry. And Henry drops down to where his teammate as a team. WSK Flame sit down in last place. Still not on Callum, but he is here. As we just look at the ERS, Callum only not even to even break a sweat. DRS starting to push now. Jose Phil's starting to really push, trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel here, trying to keep up with Russell. One Ball Paul and Coded Ghost Jr. As always, certainly has drive through. As he now goes to the back, can he do a 16th place to 1st place? And the team seconds behind Swin now leading, but the Aston Martin starting to claw his way back up to him. Are still kind of just all together. Start up in P8 after spinning quite early. Oh, and he's a wobble there. Not ideal. He is on the hards. He is on the long game. Procan on the hards too. Just slowly closing the gap to the McLaren. Not the Mercedes, the McLaren. Mano just slowly trying to catch up to Swinners, but doing bit of a bad chicane there, and I'll be hoping to try and get all of it back on the straight. 7.8 tenths, so he's going to need a Swinner's mistake here to catch up. Callum still in P1, Turbo Man, the no-name Aston Martin in P2, Jose Fils in P3, and DRS Russell. One more P5. Oh shit, that one was plays over Mercedes piece, and the other Ferrari sitting in the no-name McLaren. Close his way up to a with face any things. Hopefully he's with defending today, as the McLaren shortens the gap to 5 tenths. Now up to 7 tenths. He's not got much left in the barrel here. He's really scraping it as he runs wide there. And that's 7.5 tenths. So not looking good. Code Ghost Jr. has a 3-second time penalty. That really helps SD plays. They were quite unfortunate with the penalties in Imola after getting 38 seconds between the two drivers in Tier 4. And in Tier 3 in the little mini race, they did get quite a few penalties. Not much is happening, as a lot of stuff's just off the track. Was it he pushed off? Was it just a spin? But the Mercedes SD plays is Act 2. What did happen there? We back down to P10 as he spins again. Those tyres are red. Will he be looking at alternative strategies now? Who knows? But the other Ferrari is making his way up. He's taking that corner really cautiously. And is round on that straight into sector 2. That deal Martin is the night P6 as he's tyre worn. So it's the 4 mediums up in. Start with pace in P5. The hunt down Cody Ghost Jr. in the Red Bull. But much luck as Cody Ghost swapped places. Paul obviously realised Ghost Jr. is a lot quicker. Cody Ghost Jr. with the 3 seconds. How much has happened here? We've got a bit between the 3 no-names of Turbo Man in the Alpine and the no-name McLaren again. I am trying to find the Ghost Jr. Does decision for Paul to let Cody Ghost Jr. swap positions with him, as he is absolutely chomping down the gap to an ahead. And as I said, and I believe that was a Lewis round. So, and there's a yellow inside 1, 2, 3, and it's a safety car. It is Lewis. It's Lewis in a wall, and I believe that's on track, and it's a safety car. Not what people wanted, but this will help DRS Russell down in 13th, and all on the mediums. This will help them if they want to try and extend the hards. They will go the distance. Be tough. Jose pits. Cody Ghost Jr. pits. I will pit. They are, yeah, one ball Paul just wait at the pit entry so he doesn't end up in a double stack. It doesn't pit and takes the lead of the race. And SD Blaze gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane, but so with pace, so with pace, so with many other things, takes the lead of this race during the car. And Procan closely follows behind him as Callum on the fresh hards goes and joins him behind Jose on the fresh hards, now in P4. Cody Ghost Jr. a few positions for the fresh hards. Henry on the old hards. One ball Paul on the hard. As SD Plays is on the intermediates. What's happened here? SD is thinking it's going to get a bit wet in San Marino. He's obviously been the wrong track in Monza. I know rain scheduled here, rain scheduled for Monza probably, I don't actually know, I'm not a weatherman. But rain incoming. As little the start at the Procan up. Henry, by the way, is up 11. No name of Bob in the Alpine is up 9. And start with Face is up 7. But Manon's down 12 after that drive through due to a glitch. DRS Russell's down due to a spin. He plays on the intermediates on this wackiest strategy I've seen. Down 6 places. Will he be staying out? No, he goes into the pits. His sources have told him that it's not going to rain, and he's going in to hopefully get the right tyres on this time. so the safety car might slightly catch up. SD plays is on his old hards. Take another of my coke. Sar's pitted for the mediums. He's decided he doesn't want this safety car out behind his on the fresh hard. This is where the people that had the hard start wanted to do the long game now need to push these mediums until the very end. They're going to be blistering as they cross the finishing line. But these drivers in Tier 2 should be skilled enough to make them last and get the most out of them. "21 laps to go in Imola. 3 disqualifications and 1 DNF as Toastman leaves the lobby. Toast has seen enough as Pro-Can is ahead of this. Pro-Can and Cal are now the head of the safety cars. Josie is stuck behind. And now Pro-Can's in the pits. What's happened here? Pro-Can's in the pits when it says that he's leading the race. Well, Callum is in P2 and closely behind. And Josie Fools is stuck behind. I think I might try and rejoin the lobby here. Bear with me 1 second as I rejoin the lobby. Safety car this lap. But no, Pro-Can and Callum and SD Plays has got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Lewis, which has made me think that it's not me that's disconnected. As Jose Phils gets his back underway. I don't know if it's just me that's having this, as but Pro-Can and Callum are 22 seconds ahead. This is a very nice liking. It's a yellow in sector 2. As we try and scroll back, and I think it's SD Plays that has a bit of a collision there. Trying to just get some answers to what has happened here. As he gets a 3-second time penalty. We do not know who's that for, but it doesn't tell you the team. So SD Plays gets a 3-second time penalty. Just trying to get a grasp of what's happened here. The lobby is in bits. As now up to P3 trying to close the gap to Pro-Can, but I seriously don't know what's happened. They said he pit, but they skipped the safety car. I'm just trying to get answers here, so I don't know if it's kicked out, if it's been a glitch, but people are still getting time penalties, so I don't know if it's just me, or if it's actually what's happened. I know that's not the racing line there. The no name of Bob is taking. Like the racing line's a bit more adventurous. As Procan, yeah, Procan's going quicker. Yeah, just getting some news. And an AI ghost went off track and everyone got 5-second penalties. So we're really just trying to piece together what's here, but we're going to keep on as positive at that gap. As the yellow in sector 1, and it's something that's happened between the Ferrari Academy. There's a Haas, a Alpha, and a... We're a bit baffled here. What's happened? Oh, Paul's streaming it. Let's have a little look. Because honestly, we don't know what's happened. Why it's glitching. I believe it's just a problem. I'll just leave and try. Yeah. Paul's streams on in fact. Just gonna try and sync up the penalties to see if it's true. Yeah, Paul's in P. Is it Paul in P3? No, he's in P5. And Paul's definitely got to that part of the track. Right, he's in P3. When he gets to that part of the track, everyone's got 5 time penalties, but on mine they don't. But it's definitely a me problem. So I'm just going to leave this lobby because it's a bit glitched. And join. But I might have set it to invite only. So I'll ask for a wee cheeky invite. And we should get back to covering this race. But no, I'll just cover Paul's stream. This is loading. So we have Sargent Turbo back up in P4. Everyone's got 5-second time penalty. Paul sitting in P. The name of the 7 is Swinner sitting in P8 as we are trying to rejoin. Hopefully, all going smoothly. Should let me. Come on, servers, hold up. I'm on Xbox. I am for never mind. Lobbies are broke. Lobbies are finished. I'll keep trying because, of course, but this game is just poorly made. I'll keep covering Paul's stream. Still, set like that as Cody Ghost Jr. does go quickest lap. He is currently the fastest lap. As we will attempt. Do not press take, just press join session and it should work. Anyway, in Paul's stream, not much has happened. Everyone's kind of staying the same as hopefully the servers hold up this time. Connecting to 1WL Paul. For these people to load before I can get on lap 19 of 32. It gets a track limit P8 as the Alpha tag that McLaren, then the the Alpine of Bob is behind, then Pro-Can of the Aston, of the Aston, then Surtees and many other. I believe it is not letting me join, which is fan dabby dozy. Let's try and be not that one, not that one, not that one. I can rejoin. Jim Grant there because of the lobby. Watching the race, then go watch 1WL Paul's stream because it's still working. But for now, Bears gave up for me, and that's a shame. But the stream will need to come to an end because it's had enough. Had enough here. We call it quits there. Apologise, but it's an EA game, so